You can't wait till the dream girl's in front of you to start. You'll miss the
Bro,
chance.
you get used to sending energy out and receiving energy back. And that's just the first stepping stone for becoming really good at day game, cold approach. Can you send energy out? Can you receive it back? Oh, this is the person you need to know. This is the person that you need to know. Ah, okay. Girls want to be approached. I think if we could just sum it up in one sentence, girls want to be approached. But you got to like yourself. You got to like, they think the truth and the secret behind attraction is if you like yourself, it's going to bring an energy of people that like you. And that's why I do 200 push-ups and then my energy is magnetic and I'm getting approached by girls and conversations are starting effortlessly. Versus if I don't work out, it's a little bit sluggisher and a lot of gurus want to sell this idea of attraction. Like, don't chase girls, attract girls. It's like, well, how do you become somebody that's attractive to people? You got to do some work. You got to have some aura. You got to have some pizzazz, some swag to you. With the way that you dress, the way that you are, the way that you present your energy, the way that you are, statused when it comes to social situations. It's work. You're going to do work either way. So might as well work on yourself in the right ways. Do your push-ups, brush your teeth, get your teeth white, a big thing. And approach women. And it doesn't always have to lead to sex. Majority of my interactions never lead to sex. But I like that I approach and I like that I have the ability to go ahead and talk, because what happens is you hit a home run one time. Hey man, that could be, a home run that changes your life. But if you're afraid to swing the bat, you're never going to get on base.
You can't wait till the dream girl's in front of you to start. You'll
Bro,
miss the chance.
so many guys are like, I just want to be able to talk to girls when the opportunity. It's like, okay, yeah, I want to be able to hit the game winning shot in the fourth corner with 3 seconds on the clock, but I don't want to practice. But
Yeah,
but I don't want to play the rest of the game. No, I just want to be able to hit that shot when I.
Not gonna happen.
Bro, like we don't live in Halo. This is not Call of Duty where the script is already written out and you're gonna win the video game. Like no, it doesn't. It don't work. Like that's not real life. It's not.
Steph Curry, I think, takes like 4,000 threes a day or something like that. Something insane.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kobe would take, like, he would do like some insane amount of free throws or 3-pointers at the end of practice every single day as well. And it's like these guys are we see them on in the championship games making these championship shots, but then like everything to get there is like ignored. It's also really interesting. I don't know if you've seen this with. There is like the mental masturbation of just like a hyper productive day. And it's like, like it happens in an instant, or like a montage of working out. It's like, dude, and I have this friend named Crew Mahoney who has shared this. And it's like, your workouts fucking suck. Like they're not meant to be a montage. Like you're doing a brutal workout that's going to be a pain. So don't shy away from the work. Like you're saying, it's like, if you have to build this aura, you have to build this self-love. A mental framework that my friend shared with me that I really enjoy is that you can always shift, because I know you've talked about limiting beliefs and the importance of removing those. One of them that I really like is going into a room with the expectation that everyone in that room wants to see you. Like it's like oh shit, like they want me to be in this room. They want me to come in this cafe and say hello. Exactly like you were saying, of girls want to be approached. Like it's just a matter of changing.
That's amazing. I really like that mindset. Another mindset hack that I have is when I look at a really beautiful girl, I assume that she's used to dating losers. I look at her and be like, she has just dated straight cornballs for her entire life, and she is waiting for me to come up to her and talk to her and be a different guy. Because the last guy's cheated on her, abused her, spit on her. Like she's just used to the worst guys available ever. And when I come around, it's like, oh my goodness, my prayers are answered. If you have that mindset when you go and talk to a cute girl versus she's going to reject me, she's got a boyfriend, she's on the phone, like, yeah, I don't want to bother her.
Step down. Yeah,
Calm
step
down.
down.
Look at her. Her butthole smells too. She shits out the food that she eats too. Relax. And that's another thing. Girls are infinitely more mid once you actually talk to them. Like there's smoke show girls that are like, wow, she's beautiful. But what happens is once you actually talk to her, it goes from like Mission Impossible to like, she's like, yeah, she's a cool 8.1. She's cool. But like, if you look at her like, oh, it's unattainable. Right, you already lost.
Or physically, maybe she's a 10, but then you talk to her and then you realize, wait a minute, this person is vapid. And it's, and I say that not in a like negative sense or anything, but more like getting back to reality, which is like what you're saying in the same sense is like men will put so much more value on beauty than, and like they'll overlook, and I'm saying this having done it multiple times, or like I'll overlook traits that are very red flaggy for like stunning beauty. And then once you go up and you actually have these repeated discussions, it takes that illusion away, essentially.
And I love that too. If there's another piece that I can give to the guys,
please, as much.
It's don't feel envy for another man that has a beautiful woman, because I've been the guy with a gorgeous girl, and I'm thinking I am so done with her shit. I am so done with paying for all these dates and getting so little out of it. So I look at a guy with a beautiful girl. I'm like, good for him. I'm happy for him. But he's sick of her shit. I already know there's some shit that she's doing that he is just over. And I respect him for that too. Because here's the thing, man. I listened to this guy named Young Goldie. Really cool guy. But he said on one of his things, if a woman is right 70% of the time, that's a good woman. Like, keep her around. You want your girl to be wrong sometimes. Because what happens if she's right 100% of the time, she doesn't need you for anything. Like, she's why would she need you? Because you're not right 100% of the time. So, like, when I was with my ex-girlfriend and she made a mistake or, like, forgot to tell me a GPS direction, my instinct originally was like, oh, babe, come on. But now I'd smile at it like, oh, it's totally cool, babe. Don't worry about it. You're human. Like, listen, it's cool. Like, I like that you messed up. It showed me that you're human, and it shows me that there's ways for that I can lead you and that we can go ahead and grow together. So
yeah, I really like that. And I think it plays on this other, I read a book earlier this summer last summer, The Way of the Superior Man.
Yeah.
It talks about like the importance of remaining playful and loving in like these circumstances where like the decision essentially there is like you could get frustrated, but instead you're loving and playful and you bring joy into the relationship instead of stress.
People ask me, like, what are some lines that you could just say to everybody and then start getting social? What's today? Tuesday? Yeah. You go around saying happy Tuesday to people, or like whatever day it is, happy Tuesday. It's like people just light up. They're like, hey, it is a happy Tuesday. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You say that to 100 people, that nobody rejects it. It is impossible to reject because you just say it in passing.
Yeah.
But you get used to sending energy out and receiving energy back. And I think that's just the first stepping stone for becoming really good at day game, cold approach. It's like, can you send energy out? Can you receive it back? And if the energy is positive and you receive positive energy back, it starts a thought process in a loop. So say happy Tuesday to people. Happy Wednesday, happy Thursday.
And it doesn't necessarily need to be women. It could be anyone. It's just
Anybody.
a matter of, yeah. I love
Anybody. Yeah, talk to everybody. Talk to, like I said, so you want to hit the game-winning fourth quarter shot, Steph Curry status, 3 seconds left on the clock. There's a beautiful girl that's standing right there. She's walking out. But you haven't said hello to anybody else in the last 48 hours. You haven't talked to anybody. You haven't shot a practice shot. Bro, the likelihood of you hitting that shot cold off the bench in the middle of the game, come on, be realistic.
This framework that you have where it's when you go into a circumstance or you go into a setting and there you see a person who might be a like the king of that or the queen of that social circumstance. Yeah, tell me more about this one.
Yeah. So I like to status hack so much.
Yeah.
I love status hacking. When I used to throw parties in college, I would just grab the best seat in the house, which is the couch. House party, everybody's circling around, moving around. They're going to go to the kitchen. They're going to go to the backyard. Eventually, they always end up at the couch. And I own the house. I'm at the couch, best seat in the house. Eventually, everybody's going to make their way around to me. So when I'm in somebody else's house, I'm looking for that couch seat, and I'm trying to sit next to that guy who has that couch seat. Because what happens is, instead of trying to go and create status from zero and meet all these people and do all these things, why not just like piggyback on this guy who organized the party, made everything happen, knows everybody, and I become friends with him. Instead of working from the bottom to the top, I'm from the top down, and he'd see, oh, this is the person you need to know. This is the person that you need to know. Okay. That's a way more effective way. Instead of trying to go upstream, just come down it, find the top point, and then ride the water slide down.
It's a great thing. And then another one is when you give a pack of gum?
Oh, so here's the thing, man. If you become the gum guy, that's the best position that you could find yourself in, especially if you're a new guy in a situation, because gum is value. Like, hey, here's something that I teach guys. If you go up to a girl and you say, hey, I have $100 for you, no strings attached, I just wanted to give you $100. And she says no, are you going to feel bad about her declining your $100? Forgive me a better words, but bitch missed out on $100. Like, she just missed out on $100. There was no strings attached. You had $100 to give to somebody. Now create that with the relationship. Create that with, yourself. It's like, hey, I wanted to give you some energy, some good energy. Do you want it? Yeah. Hey, I'm Tristan. Oh, you don't want it? Well, you just missed out on some good energy. I feel bad for you. Like, you must be going through a rough day. And
I wish you well. Yeah.
I wish you well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, man. Like, and that's sometimes why I can't say I don't vibe so much with like the Russian crowd, but the energies and the cultural balances are just so different. I'm happy. I'm showing people I'm happy. I'm happy to be happy. I give that energy to them, stonewall, poker face. And I'm like, oh, I feel bad for you, bro. Like, if somebody came up to me the way that I came up to me, I'd be stoked. Like, yo, what's in your coffee, bro? I want to get to know you better. And just reflecting on that, that's how I feel about myself. I'm excited to give it to people. I'm excited to teach people about social media. I'm excited to teach them about short form content. I'm excited to teach them about pickup, because I know when I enter a conversation with somebody, they're going to walk away a little bit better or a little bit more knowledgeable. Or if they're not, then I give them the same ear and I walk away a little bit more knowledgeable. I walk away a little bit better. I give them a platform to stand on. But all of these are just, supplements for the word value. So whether it's a piece of gum, whether you go to a party and you bring, a party pack of snacks, like the individual bags of chip, 20 pack of that, or you come with a Little Caesars pizza, you start giving it out, or you ask somebody what their name is or how their day is going and have a genuine interest in talking to somebody, it's all forms of value. So finding out what your value is, whether it be gum, food, good sex, whatever it is that you give to the world, give it unabashedly and feel confident that you're giving value to the person.
Yeah, the first time we met was in Wrong Gym here, which has a prevalence of Russians who aren't super friendly. And I'll say no on that in a second. But the interaction came from you, which you were like, "Hey, what's up, big man? Like, you're looking strong today." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! Like, this guy's awesome." Like, it was so refreshing, because Wrong Gym is just, like, it's a great place, but there's a huge air of just ego that exists there that's not as friendly. And I think a lot of it is from the Russian culture, which I talked to someone who's Russian and asked about it, and they just said, oh, no, we think that if you smile as much as Americans do, that you're lying, which is not true. So yeah, give more than you take. Another thing that I think I really enjoy about you, which is rejection. Mm-hmm. So life starts on the opposite end of rejection. How is it that you get folks to walk towards rejection, and how do they overcome it?
Man, dude, the sale doesn't start until the prospect says no. And when it comes,
I fucking love that. Yeah, dude. So like, and another way I've heard that said, it's hard to jump in, but is the conversation doesn't start until they say no, or the conversation starts at no, essentially.
Starts at no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes down to rejection, it's like there's a fear barrier, and there's always going to be a fear barrier, always. And when you come up to that fear barrier, whether it's level 1, level 50, level 100, there is game outside of that. And a lot of people will hit that fear barrier and they'll either turn back or they'll go through it. And it's the most amazing thing, because it's not real. It's not a physical plane. It does not exist in what we experience here. But the same way that you can, tie an elephant, it's like as a baby, they start with a chain. As an adult, as a teenager, they move to a rope. As an adult, they make it a piece of floss, because it's just a mental barrier at that point. But when it comes down to the programming, and the school system did this amazingly, because it was purposeful what they did. If you can't find the answer inside of a textbook, the answer doesn't exist. And you are wrong if the answer is not found within paragraph 3 on page 27, line number 6. If it's not there, the answer is wrong. So they look at social situations and they look at, conversations where there is no paragraph, there is no page 27, there is no, paragraph 6. And people are looking for that same, they're like, Tristan, what's the line? What's the line? Like, what am I supposed to say? What's the perfect thing to say in the situation? There is no answer. And that's why I teach my students, this is not science. This is art. When it comes to art, I could teach you stroke up, stroke down, stroke left, stroke right. You got an elephant. But your elephant is going to look different than this elephant, than in this elephant, because the pressure of the stroke and the angle that you brush it at. Whereas with science, 2 + 2 = 4. And it's regimented. And I love science for that. But when it comes to human beings, there is no science. Like, I could do 200 push-ups and my body looks one way. You could do 200 push-ups, your body looks a different way. And that's the art of the science. But when it comes to rejection, guys are like, if the answer's not in page 27, I'm going to get a failing grade, and then my parents are going to be mad at me, and then it's going to be bad, and I'm going to have negative feelings, and I'm just going to avoid it altogether. I'm not talking to her. I'm going to go build a business.
I'm going to do some breath work. Yeah. Man, dance in the rain. It's so, don't obsess over the answer. It's just go out and do it. I love it because it is an art.